to see a couple movies. I saw Superman, the latest one that came out. Um, I know you haven't seen it yet,
Yeah.
but it was good. Someone asked me to compare the Superman between Henry Cavill and the actor that played Superman for the one that came out, and I would go with Henry only because I enjoy the darker tone
Yeah.
of the one that James Gunn is doing it a little bit lighter.
Mm.
So, which is still good. Is a different take of Superman, making him trying to make him more
Human.
yeah, appeal to the audience to make him feel for him. Because I think that's always been the criticism that he was just too super.
Yeah. Because you have to understand, like Superman, that is his weakness is
Mhm.
inhuman.
Yeah,
Like you know what I mean? Like you had like, and I believe him battling how to be human is his biggest like confliction. You know what I
hmm
mean? Because we've seen him when he turns that off. Like we've seen him, like he go God mode. It's a wrap. Like he don't care. Like he
yeah,
doesn't have to care for us, but he's willing to care. He's willing to be human for us in order to stick. To be a part of us, to save us, to help us. You know what I mean? So, I mean, like I understand the Man of Steel and their presence was more of a darker tone to him. You know what I mean? Like, hey, that aura that like he was Lois Lane death from being God mode already in those movies. And now we're getting from James Gunn, and what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing is that he's more human than he is. He wants
yeah,
to
yeah. You're right about that.
he's more
Um,
he's in love. He's like he's not too when he gets on the suit, he's not too when he's in the suit, he's like, hey, I'm here to help.
yeah. Wait, hold on. The guy that played Lex, he really shined in the movie.
Oh yeah, they said he's breath of fresh air.
Breath of fresh air, and really showed the intellect. How he was very calculating. Um, just the L's he received from Superman was just learning them, learning, you know, Superman's weaknesses so
Yeah.
he can later exploit it. So yeah,
He's good, man. It's gonna be good. Like that's what Lex Luthor is. Like, you know what I mean? Like I think James Gunn is going to change the game.
yeah. And then
Like,
I think what really saved the movie, what a lot of people are saying, is Mr. Terrific, that character. Um, because I knew nothing about him. Then discovering that he's just a very he's like top three most intellectual um,
being in
beings in the DC.
in the DC universe, yeah.
Yeah, in the DC universe, the fact that he was a scholar athlete and all that, then his wife, his pregnant wife, died in a car accident, which um just drove him to the edge of possibly committing suicide. But then he turned his life around and stuff like that. And I think that'd be a great TV series.
Oh yeah, TV series, maybe a solo movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like some of these guys are worthy. The only one that I don't like, I could say just off bat on the casting, and I have to see the movie. And I don't know if you're gonna let me know, but I did not like Hawkgirl. I felt like the Hawkgirl, they still haven't got Hawkman and Hawkgirl right.
Was Harp was she too short, or
No, it's
you
her.
think
It's so Hawkgirl is like a
you think
warrior.
she was too young?
No, I think the young part is just a warrior, like a scrapper. You know what I mean? Like it's like she's out there. She's like Thor.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like she's like a warrior. She wants to fight. She's from a planet that are full of warriors. So I have to see the movie. When I saw her cast, I was like, I saw her costume, and I was like,
It wasn't sexy enough.
no, I just didn't. I have to see the movie. That's why I was like,
Okay.
I didn't really agree with it. I'm like, man, this woman is like, yes, she was young. She was in the animated movie and everything like that.
But
And
Hawk Girl, she lives like
off planet, she lives on another planet.
off planet. Okay, I think maybe I'm getting mixed with the other Hawk Girl to where they like constantly reincarnate.
No,
Huh?
no, it's the same as Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Like they
Oh,
come from a different planet. They're warriors. They're
are
the
they
same.
like bond? Are they like because like them two, I'm not too familiar with in the comics. So are they like bound together?
No, they're not together. They just like first you had Hawkman, then you had Hawkgirl, and then Hawkgirl is like the same planet from Hawkman, and they're like warriors and stuff like that
Okay.
join this league and stuff. So, but that's like a down the road kind of character.
Yeah, because
And that's like
I
a
read somewhere Hawk Girl ends up with John Stewart.
yeah. So that's like, and that's why I said like they cast her
Okay,
really
gotcha.
young. They cast her really young, and you know what I mean. And Jon Stewart's gonna come in, and then when you see who they portray as Jon Stewart, you kind of like,
How that's gonna work?
you know what I mean. Like later on, maybe they'll grow up or something like that. But that's what I was thinking about. They're not thinking
Yeah.
about. They're thinking about bringing in young, people coming in to watch this. So that's why I'm like, the Guy Gardner thing I can understand and stuff. Mr. Terrific. They're bringing these characters are not very known. They brought
Mm-hmm.
Girl a lot earlier. I would have liked to see if they had but they had to have a female in there. So I can see what James Gunn is doing. I can see what he's doing. He's like he has all these characters, and he was like, okay, well we're catering to the audience. How could we bring the audience in? And then he's not big on like A-listers. He wants to bring the B-listers in, the C-listers in, and make stories of them. And that's why he was so successful for the
I get
Guardian.
it.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
because A-listers can overtake the movie.
Exactly. So that's why he has Guy Gardner. You know what I mean? That's why before he introduces the big heavyweight guys, he's doing all the little guys. Some of
Yeah,
these characters you're like, oh man, that's
yeah, because I think there's gonna be like Outer World DC, then James Gunn DC, and just watching Superman 25 that came out and how light it is. Like I don't see how they can
but
do it. Huh?
every Guardians of the Galaxy got darker.
Yeah, so my thing is how are they gonna put Batman into that universe considering how light um they made Superman.
Well, Superman is the lightest of the group. Like
Mhm.
we have to take away the Snyder universe. Snyder universe was just the Snyder universe. He took a portion of Superman that we've seen when he's gone evil. Like he's starting to get to that point. Like that's different. Superman's not like that in the comic books. He's
Oh
not.
yeah,
He's
yeah. I
not
was
like
just thinking.
that in movies. Like that James Gunn is the one that got somewhat Superman as close as he can get. So James Gunn Superman is the right Superman.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
he's
I was
still
just
on par
wondering how they're gonna
with
make.
Christopher Reeves. He's still on par with the Christopher Reeves. Christopher Reeves was back then. He was geeky. He was like he showed the persona so well. And then this one, he's still like he kind of brought that human aspect with him. But the 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 Zack Snyder one is it's like another universe, bro.
Yeah, I don't see how the. Yeah, well, I know they're gonna cast another Batman
Yeah,
for James Gunn universe. Um,
it was just like if you look at the animated movies, right? You look like you have Superman, your friend. He's friendly, neighborhood. He's the human aspect. Then you have the Warrior and Wonder Woman, like straight up bold and
mhm.
everything like that. Like they got her right, and when they got the three together. But Batman, the only thing that sucked about Batman in those three is that they kind of like lightened Batman. You know what I mean? A little bit. We didn't
Yeah.
see the director's cut until you really saw Batman taking it to people. You know what I mean? But Batman has to be that dark aspect. So yes, you can put a serious character with all these characters because a serious character will keep everybody to be like, hey, but you have to give him a mission.
Mm.
You have to give him a mission. You can't just put him in and he's hanging out and stuff like that. Like Batman didn't want to be bothered. Batman would only come in and be like, hey man, we got to take care of this. That's all I'm here for. I don't want to, whatever. And that's why Superman, when he sat down to him at that diner, he was like, hey, man, that's why you were the leader of the Justice League, bro, because I couldn't do it because it'd take one woman to be off and I'm killing everybody. You know what I mean? And Batman's the
Yeah.
type of person, well, he will sacrifice himself to save,
Everybody.
you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's just a different type of person. So when they do have Batman and they bring him in, Batman is going to, because Batman's the one that punches Guy Gardner and knocks his ass out.
Mm.
Like, you know how powerful Guy Gardner is. You saw it.
Yeah, yeah. We saw
Batman
it.
knocked his ass out. And then Batman stole what is it, Hal Jordan's ring because he was talking that shit. Bro, Batman is just that guy, bro. When he get them together, and then Wonder Woman was on his ass. Was like, oh, we gonna breed, we gonna have babies. You know what I mean? Because Wonder Woman was about that life.
Mhm.
And Superman, he was always like he trusted Superman, but he was like he was a tactician. He was like, we need him on our side. You know what I mean? We have to control. We have to make sure he doesn't lose control. That's
Yeah, keep
what
his humanity. Yeah.
yeah. So he's Batman had an contingency plan for everybody how to kill him. Did you see that episode? I don't know if you saw that movie and everything. Like there was a movie where Batman, like somebody got into his files and then they
Mhm.
started using that against the superheroes and they almost killed him and stuff like that, right? And then they comes back and he was like, how do they know our weaknesses? How do they know our work and everything? And then he was like, oh, because they're my contingency plans. And then they were like, what the heck? How could you do this? He's like, there ain't no way I'm gonna let y'all walk this earth without hit y'all. You know what I mean? It's like, if I'm off the team, then so be it. But come correct because I'm coming for you. I know y'all fucked up. I know y'all weaknesses. And the
Mhm.
only one that confronted him was like, hey, and gave him like a block of kryptonite was Superman. He's like, you're absolutely right. We need to be in check. Here you go. Like gave him a big old bar of kryptonite and he walked off. Because and that's what they need to do it. So they totally can do it, bro. They totally can do it.
Okay.
It's gonna be good. I know it's weird because it's light and fluffy, but I think whoever they get in there, and I honestly think The only one that's right for this job is Alan Richard, the Jack
For
Reacher.
Batman.
That's
Yeah,
it.
okay, I see it.
Just tone him down a little bit. He doesn't have to be too big. Just stay
No.
at 225. Put on the suit. He'll be about 240. You know, he'll look. And then what he did in Jack Reacher, we just need that in a bat suit. That's all we need. We need a detective in the bat suit. That's all we need.
Let me see if they cast a Batman for James Gunn yet. Let me see.
That's gonna be like national news, bro.
Let's see. Oh no, he hasn't cast it yet. But yeah, that would be big news.